Bonjour et bienvenue à une autre édition de Tales from the Interface Live. Mon nom est Emmanuel et ce matin, comme tous les samedis matins, je vais vous partager ma planche à dessin et avancer ma bande dessinée. Donc, là, c'est juste commencé. Le son a l'air de bien fonctionner. Ok. Donc, je suis rendu à la page 10 et l'étape sur laquelle je travaille en ce moment, c'est ce qu'on appelle en anglais le color blocking. Donc, ça consiste en établir des couleurs plates et puis qui vont servir à la base vraiment des couleurs et ensuite de ça, on va mettre les ombres puis les lumières. En passant, un bienvenue à Luc Sans Chagrin que je vois qui s'est joint à notre petit groupe. Donc, laissez-moi, je vais partager mon écran maintenant. Alright. So as I said, I'm working on the page 10 now of my 24-page chapter. Worked on it a little bit this morning. Donc j'ai beaucoup expérimenté cette semaine sur les des services de stream. So there's a lot of stream options available, and I've been experimenting with something called Restream, and it's working pretty well. So basically, what it does is you stream to their service, and then they re-stream to a lot of different services. So currently, I'm streaming on Periscope, which is the Twitter service. I'm also streaming on Facebook, Twitch, and I believe that's it. So welcome to everybody who's joining. A big welcome to the new follower, Luc Sans Chagrin. Okay, so I'm drawing this bed here. But this bed is something I drew before. If you've been a follower of the comic, this is something I've that was part of the comic before. So if you pardon me, I'll just have a look because I'm not sure of the colors. Actually, it's been a while since I saw it. I'm just going through the archives of my site, and I'm just gonna look at the colors of that bed. So you can access the comic here on tfti.inkorporate.com, and you can read the whole story up to now. So I'm working currently on the new chapter. So this was here, I believe. We see the bed. Maybe next page. Or the page before. Right, so that's the bed. All right, so I'm just gonna copy this image. Just so that I have colors to pick from. Yeah, so what I've been doing during the week is kind of a silent version of my stream. So every Saturday I'm like opening the camera and letting you ask questions. But on during the week at spontaneous time, like randomly, I will just share where I am at the moment and just draw. And I think so. I don't know if it's the best thing to do. I'm just trying it. I'd love to know what you think. I think my idea is just to be there as much as possible, and if people are interested in joining, then they can join. So hopefully this will draw interest in my comic. It is not possible for me at the moment to have sound at night like that, because some people are sleeping in my house and I don't want to bother them. So basically I just need to pick the colors and then I'll be able to, yeah, it was pretty simple color team. No, I don't need this anymore. All right. So the way I set up my paint bucket now, it's sampling every single layer. And I see that I forgot the line here. So if I were to fill here, it would fill the entire white part. So what I'm gonna do is just quickly close that. I thought the Restream service was pretty good. So they give you a lot of tools to help you to stream to multiple channels. Some people say it's not really good to do it. I don't know personally. I don't have like that many people watching anyway. I'm just trying to get this thing started. So hopefully maybe I'll change when I get more people interested. But for the moment, I just want to catch my net as far as I can. So we're having a wonderful Saturday here in Montreal. There's a big sun outside. I'm looking forward to do some stuff outside after. I don't know. I hope the weather is good in your place as well. At least the circumstances aren't great, but at least we can enjoy the weather a little bit. So if you're wondering what that little icon is, like the little lock with the square, this means lock transparency. What this does is make sure that I can't draw anything other than what has already been drawn. So all the lines of ink are locked. So I can't draw outside of these lines. I can draw on top of them, but never outside. So this is really useful when you want to color lines, and as well as avoiding mistakes. So I highly recommend that you do lock your lines, your transparency when you have finished with your ink layer. Let me just look again at my example. Yeah. So just like that. If you pardon me a minute, I'll just close the door there. It's making a lot of noise. Yeah, so the heating system is still working. It's like 10 degrees Celsius outside for us. But when you're outside, it feels really good because of the big sun. Yesterday was really, really comfortable outside. Yeah, so this is kind of the finished spread for page 8 and 9. These kind of complex page look good even when they're not quite finished. I still need to put some shading on, but it looks pretty good already. Finally was able to watch Deadpool 2 last night. I wasn't able to go to the cinema. We usually, when we go to a family friendly film. It was nice. I thought it was a bit heavy on the fan service there. But other than that, I had quite a nice laugh. I guess I'm a sucker for the nostalgia stuff. There was a lot of nostalgic things. Like I really liked when he called Josh Brolin One-Eyed Willie. It's a good wink to his character in Goonies. Thought that was kind of fun, even though it's, well, I guess it's a wooden character, but it feels heavy-handed a little bit. But it was fun overall. Some great news this week. If you don't know, I am a fan of Transformers, and they just announced that there will be a new Transformers movie, and this time it will be set on Cybertron. It's not a continuation of the Bumblebee movie, which I enjoyed. It is a movie that will take place on Cybertron before they came to Earth, and I'm really psyched about it. I think it's great. They are finally doing this. A lot of people have been asking for it. They've taken their sweet time to get to it. And then the director is cool. It's the director of Toy Story 4. So I've enjoyed that movie. I thought it was well done. I mean, honestly, when I went to see Toy Story 4, I was sure that they could never do anything with it. I mean, it's been so done and redone, this story. I mean, what else can you do with these characters? But I think he pulled it off quite nicely. So kudos to Paramount and Hasbro to give this the green light. Really looking forward to this movie. I will be in the cinemas for sure to see this one. I hope that the design don't go too over the top. Even in the Bumblebee movie, I thought the Cybertronian designs, while nice, were a bit too convoluted. Yeah, so I prefer a more streamlined look personally. I think you can tell the character is better that way. I think it can be done very nicely if they want. They haven't confirmed if it's a CGI, but you know, it's almost certain that it will be. So we'll see. I feel if they try to make it too realistic, I don't know. I'm not too worried about the story. I think they will pull it off nicely. I don't know. I hope Michael Bay is not involved. I was not a fan of his interpretation of the franchise. No, it's fine if you are. Just personally, I'm not. So we'll see. We'll see. Looking forward to watching that one. So I've been getting very used to this quarantine thing. It's weird, but I don't mind being at home too much. You know, I get a lot more time to be with my family, and that's very precious to me. So I'm one of the fortunate one, really. You know, my work is not in peril. Since my client is in another country anyway, so it's not like anything has changed from their point of view. I don't think so anyway. So I'm very fortunate for that, to have a kind of job that allows this. So we've been doing well, you know, getting more time for cooking fresh food, trying some recipes, doing some stuff around the house. It's been nice for us. It's kind of bittersweet though when you see a lot of people having issues, and you know, all the people and all that. I don't think these 2 pages will take nearly as much as the one I just finished. It's much simpler. Again, always I like my transparency here. And then I can go in, and this will be my color layer. So I can just fill in at that point. Black, this blue. So that's again, I show this every time because I think it's such a great feature of Clay Paint Studio. So you saw when I tried to fill this area here, it's got filled. Why is that? Why is the background filled? I don't want that, right? So it's because there is a tiny crack at the top here. It's not that actually. Oh, it's the crack in his ear. So what you can do about that, and I think it's great, is you see there's a close gap setting, and you can make that bigger. So now see, it blocks. It doesn't go through. So I play with that a lot when my color bleeds, and it's a very, very, very useful feature. Because one of the great complaints of colorists is is that when lines are not closed. So I do try to close them, but in some cases, it's part of the styles. Like I was talking to another artist, and he was saying that his style is so open that it's very difficult to fill like that. Thanks for the like. Who was that? Let me see. Thanks, Mathieu, for the like. Really appreciate it. Mathieu is a great artist himself. I really enjoyed his comic. Hopefully he can give us something new soon. So, of course, you know, I always appreciate when people share. So I see that somebody shared too, so that's great. It really helps me to reach more people. So if you can, you know, I always appreciate some sharing. So people that, like I was saying that this week, what I did is that I just opened my share. I'm not talking. I'm not chatting on the chat really. I'm just really sharing my desk as I draw. And a few people joined during the week, which was nice. And some people shared, and that really, you know, makes me feel like I'm not doing this in a vacuum. Sometimes I feel a little bit like that. It's always a strange thing. I don't know if you're a aspiring comic artist, but you always feel a bit in a vacuum. I guess it's different for everybody, but personally, it's a bit like that. I think I'm gonna draw the background on a separate layer. Then I can probably have some gradient behind it. So what I'm gonna do is just paint the whole thing. You know, there's always the question, are you drawing for yourself or are you drawing for the audience? And this is a question I've been asking myself very, very often. And I don't know, I think I am doing it a little bit for both. I do love to draw, but I do enjoy sharing it with people as well. So it's a little bit hard when you're always, you know, by yourself at your desk and nobody sees what you're doing. You don't know, you know, if is it good, is it bad, you know. It feels good to have some reassurance that you're actually doing something that people enjoy. Okay. This is brown. Ginger cookies. We didn't do a ginger house last Christmas. Usually we do. The last two pages were a bit gorier than the usual state of my comic. I was afraid I might get flagged by Facebook for too much violence. So I might refrain from sharing such pages in the future. And just, you know, if I'm doing a page that's a little bit too much, maybe I'll just keep it to myself until the book is released. I wouldn't want to be flagged for something like that. That would suck. I've been watching Night of the Roxbury. I haven't seen this movie in years. He had this thing where he was where Will Ferrell was very popular and he was doing all sorts of things, but this role is always memorable to me. I always liked that period of Saturday Night Live because I was watching it a lot at the time. What color should the buttons be? One limitation I found in my stream setup is that so it's kind of a puzzle. So I'm using Streamlab to stream, but Streamlab has a few options. So you can stream to Twitch and Facebook, or you can stream to YouTube and Facebook. That's their multi-stream option. And so when I saw that, I decided to look into, I did that for a while. And then I started to look into Restream because I saw an artist I enjoy called Brian Shearer, who worked on a lot of cool comics. He also did a Kickstarter recently, which I pledged to. So he does this stream on multiple platforms like this, and I thought it was really cool. So I decided to try that, and it's pretty nice. So instead of be limited to Facebook and Twitch or YouTube and Facebook, you can stream to all. Like actually, I have like 30 different platform available. But the limitation that one of the limitations that they have is that you can't stream to Facebook pages, which I thought was pretty nice. But that's the free plan. So I'm not making money from my comic. In case you were wondering, I'm doing all this on my own with my own investment. Like I purchased my own tablet and I'm paying my computer myself. I'm paying the hosting for my site myself. So no, I'm not making enough money from the comic to be able to pay for any of that. So I don't really have money to invest in anything, really. I paid a little bit for advertisement to try it out, see if it made a difference. I didn't really. I tried it with Facebook. I tried with at that time they had something called it was a banner exchange service, Magic Banner. I forgot what it was, but it was very popular with the comics. But I didn't really get so much people to come in with that. I had a measure of success with the Top Webcomic ads. So that was not too bad. I might do that again. But long story short, I just don't have money to invest in marketing, so I'm trying to take advantage of all this free stuff that I can until I get enough money from the comic to actually do some proper marketing. Or I get published and then they do the marketing. Don't really mind to do the social stuff. I'm trying to be as optimized as possible, so instead of sharing my artboard like that doesn't stop me from working on the comic. Why is she having a okay, that's funny. I drew her a collar for some reason. I must have been tired. Okay. Let me remove that. She's not supposed to have that. Which layer is it? That's funny. I drew her an extra collar. Yeah. I had been lazy about learning the shortcuts for the tools, but now I did. I don't know why. Those little things sometimes that you just don't. You put off. So, P for the pen, U for the lasso, and G for the paint bucket. In case you're wondering. Well worth to learn them. Okay. Log transparency. I have to reference the colors of these guys. They kind of remind me of the American, what's the name? American Gothic painting. These two guys. Especially in that position. If he was holding like a pitchfork or something, it would be even better. Okay. Just make a new layer. Reference is skin color. Even with 3 squares, it still bleeds. Okay, so in that case, I'm just gonna spend a minute to close that line. So unlock transparency. Should be fine now. I don't remember if I colored her eyes before. I don't believe I did. Oh, maybe here. Color the background. Okay, just color the eyes so I don't lose the color. Okay. So, since I've been watching Night at the Roxbury, I got that What Is Love song in my head continuously. I guess it's the peril of watching it. Ugh. What an horrible song. Sorry if you like it. Not my cup of tea. And again, I'm on the wrong layer. Come on. Concentrate, concentrate. forgot something really important. So I can see color blocking on a page like that is fairly straightforward. Doesn't take too long. So the colors here might not be final. So the purpose of color blocking really is just to establish zones of coloring. I try to be as close as possible to the final result, but at least when my zones are established, then I can easily select that color and change it. Like, I'm not sure about that cereal box color. I think I'm gonna change it. another page blocked and ready for finalizing of the colors. So this next one will be kind of an ad type thing, a little bit like what I'm having a blank here, but the director of RoboCop and Starship Trooper likes to do, like having like a little ad there in the middle of his movie, just to give a tone for the world that this character live in. That's a little bit what I'm going for here. So I don't know if I can try to think of some kind of treatment for it. I might give the whole page a different color background. The drawing changed a little bit, so I need to update this drawing. This is still like this. All right, it's 11:30, so that means that I'm gonna have to say goodbye for now. So I wish you a great Saturday, and we'll see each other randomly during the week. So I like to share my screen while I'm working. Join, check it out. You can put some comments in there. I'll for sure read them. And I really appreciate the subscriptions, the like, and all that good stuff. Again, a big thank you to Luc Sans Chagrin for following the page. And the likes from Mathieu, really appreciate it. And we'll see each other again soon. So enjoy your Saturday. And we'll see each other next time around. Bye bye.